Please welcome Tom Thummery. Know that I'm here, and your white privileges are going to save you tonight, okay, guys?
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
Balls deep in it. Like, yeah. I jumped to the bottom, 12 foot down to the drain at the pool. Like, you gotta go there first.
This is Rebecca DePietro, former WWE diva, Playboy model, and Miss Hawaiian Tropic 2006. Shit, that was a long time ago. You're watching The Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for The Dog and Chicken Show.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, episode 105 of the Dog and Chicken Show. And, of course, flanked to, God damn it, I always get the directions wrong. It's the right on your screen, Tony.
Boy, just a stellar intro there, buddy. Yes, I am on the right of the screen. Yes, it was fantastic. This is episode 105, and I am to your right, Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. And on the bottom tonight, we have got the one, the only, Leonard.
I play like this.
Oh, nice.
he's skiing down there, folks. He is skiing.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on a different light. I don't like the shadow I've got going on.
Okay. So while Tony's messing with his lights real quick, we can talk drinking game. We're gonna be talking murders, mysteries, and some silly shit people should not have gotten caught with, but however did. We're gonna laugh at them at their expense. There's probably one serious one. The second one's kind of serious, but we're probably going to make more fun of it. But the rest of them should be a good time and good fun, trying something different on this pre-record this week. But guess what, folks? We've heard your bitching and complaining. We're going to try to do every Thursday live again. No promises, but goddamn it, we're going to try it. And yeah, Lynn, you were one of the ones bitching.
Yep, I was. Hey, and I tell you what, to make it better for everybody else watching, even though this is pre-recorded, I will be there in the comment section. I'll be there in spirit, and I'll start talking along with you guys, and maybe I'll have some reference to, hey, I was drunk. I don't even remember saying that, or I'll have some insider chat. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, and I think you guys should do the same thing. Jump in the comments and. We can have a little chit chat on the side of the show, and we can talk shit.
I'll be parking a camper and driving back home. So I'll probably be watching. I don't know if I'll be commenting. I think I'll be driving when this actually is airing.
Chicken, did you read the words?
Down below? No, I have not. The drinking words. Okay. Scrolling below. What do you got?
All right. So tonight, we Chicken's got all of the stories that we'll be talking about. So in line with that, we've got murder, mystery, suicide, insurance, and of course, if my kids interrupt the show tonight. So those are your drinking words. And I hate to go a little off script, but I think this is unavoidable. We've got to talk about this at the top. Get it out of the way. Absolutely monumental loss today. Norm Macdonald passes away at 61 years old. Didn't see this coming. Apparently, he had a 9-year battle with cancer that he didn't tell anybody about, and did not see this coming. Absolute monumental loss. He was just one of my favorite comedians. Just his delivery was just so awkward and not professional at all, which made it even better and more professional. Yes. I love his delivery, his dry sense of humor. His roast appearances are absolutely just some of my favorites, just because some of them are so intentionally bad. And one of the jokes that I found so unintentionally, but maybe intentionally, unfortunately appropriate. Norm Macdonald joke, an original here, folks. When I hear a guy lost a battle to cancer, the term really bothers me. It implies that he failed and that somebody else who defeated cancer is heroic and courageous.
It's still funny.
That was his humor. I do actually have some pulled up. If you guys want to hear a couple.
Yeah, I want to share this one real quick. I just sent this to our chat. Norm Macdonald, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Kamala Harris. Tweeted today.
Yesterday.
Oh yeah. It is. Oh shit, I'm an even further behind than you guys. Jesus Christ.
True that.
Yeah.
Some of these are just like, if you don't know Norm Macdonald's delivery, you can't truly appreciate just how good the joke was. They say that if you're afraid of homosexuals, it means that deep down inside you're actually a homosexual yourself. Well, that worries me because I'm afraid of dogs. People know I go to Las Vegas a lot. Oh, and there's an ad. Isn't that fucking?
And go fucking figure.
People know I go to Las Vegas a lot, and they always ask me if I saw the white tigers at the Mirage. I say only if they're sitting at the Let It Ride table. Dalai Lama said that killing for religion is unthinkable. Thanks a lot, Dalai Lama. Nobody ever listens to the Dalai Lama. It's so great.
My. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. All right. Well, I only had one of his jokes stuck in my head, and it was he says, "I don't need glasses to read. I need glasses to see my family. 2 glasses of scotch."
Yeah.
The hardest drug I ever did, LSD. I was told to be careful because in 20 years I could have a flashback. I thought that sounded like a good deal. But 20 years have passed with no flashback. What a jip that turned out to be. I had to bring this one up. It's a little bit longer, but I fucking love this joke. It's just too perfect. He says, I was going down to the bus station and I met my new neighbor the other day. And I told him, "Oh, hi, I'm Norm. I'm a stand-up comedian. What do you do?" He says, "Well, I'm a professor of logic down at the university." He's like, "Well, professor of logic, what's that?" He's like, "Well, it's hard to explain. Why don't I just give you an example?" So I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Do you own a doghouse?" I do own a doghouse. "Oh, okay. So by that logic, you own a dog." "Well, I do own a dog." "Okay, by that logic, you probably have some kids, right?" "Well, I do have some kids." "Okay. Well, by that logic, I can make the assumption that you're married." "Well, I am married." "Okay. See, just by asking if you have a doghouse, I've made the assumption that you're a straight white male that's married with kids." "Wow, that's pretty incredible. All right." And they go on their way. And he runs into his buddy Bob at the bus station. He's like, "Hey, Norm, did you meet the new neighbor?" He says, "Yeah, I did." "What's he do?" "Well, he's a professor of logic." "What's that?" He's like, "Well, I don't know, but I can give you an example." Said, "Okay, what's that?" "Bob, do you own a doghouse?" "No." "Ah, so you're one of the gays."
Oh, yes. Yes.
Fucking bad.
Yeah,
And I can picture that delivery too. Just very dry. "Ah, you're one of the gays." And just leave that stupid fucking shit-eating grin on his face.
Now, I don't know. Ever since I've had YouTube, it's been look up Norm Macdonald clips, and that'll be something I'll continue to always do. There's always shit that they have from all the way from the 90s on up. It's just crazy shit, and some of the long drawn out jokes that he did on like Conan O'Brien and shit like that. And yeah, I mean, that kind of sucks. I mean, I'll have a toast to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Cheers to
Norm.
Cheers to Norm. Clinging. Lynn's like, "Fuck you, I'm drinking." Yeah.
I'm drinking and then clinging and then drinking again.
and a better Burt Reynolds than Burt Reynolds himself.
Oh yes. I saw that one today. Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody, they were being on that show. I mean, you had Sean Connery, who like they had a Daryl Hammond played him, right? Yeah, but Sean Connery passed. Burt Reynolds passed, right? Or is he still alive?
Yep.
The original?
No.
Yeah, I
Burt
thought he
Reynolds
died.
died. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he was.
Norm.
Burt Reynolds, I think, was 2018.
Then Alex Trebek died, so now we're waiting on Will Ferrell and fucking yeah. Who else was the other celebrity? There was usually 3 of them.
Yep. Death pool this year is getting weird.
I still have no points.
I
did not pick shit.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds died September 6th, 2018.
That was right.
Yeah.
All right. Another recent celebrity death, still in the comic world. If anybody's familiar with The Whitest Kids You Know, Trevor Moore died here a few weeks ago. And I'm just finding out here tonight what he died from. He died of... He fell to his death at his home, and investigation reveals he fell from upstairs balcony in his home, suffering head injuries. Apparently died on the spot. Remains unclear if it was accidental or intentional. They're not sure yet. That's yet to be disclosed. But that was another one I was really surprised by. I loved that show. It's a bit of a cult following, but Whitest Kids You Know, Trevor Moore is fucking hilarious on that show.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I didn't even know about
TikTok's
that
been
one.
full of. Yeah, they've been playing a bunch of videos of him on TikTok for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a lot of Norm on TikTok here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
rightfully so. Rightfully so. All right.
Indeed.
One more cheers. One more cheers to the fallen comedians.
Yes.
Both of them.
Yes.
Ting, ting, ting.
Clink. And we
Speaking
probably
of
had
which-
a drinking word or 2 there.
What y'all drinking tonight? I'll go first. I am polishing off a bottle of some good old Bullet bourbon. I don't know. I might touch something else. I don't know what it'll be yet, but
I had a little bit of a Redbreast Lestow left in my little shooter bottle, and then I'm gonna have what's left of my Redbreast 15.
Both of them very good choices. Lynn, what you drinking?
I'm having a little bit of Dalmore for now, and then I don't know. I might crack into one of the couple bourbons. Still another bottle or 2 of what you brought down when you come to visit. So
Brought him some TX. Yeah, that was from Tony.
Yeah,
Got him.
Shout out
the hookup.
That kind of does taste like root beer.
And then I brought him a bottle of the Woodford Double Oak. So Lynn's got a bottle of Woodford Double Oak to sip on now.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's probably
Very
the next one I crack open after this. I mean, we already opened them that night, but I've been sipping at it. They're pretty good. I like it.
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good. All right, let's get into the first story of the night. Ohio fugitive who sent police a selfie is arrested. I don't know why you put me on the screen there for a second. It threw me off. So Donald Chip Pug didn't like the mugshot the cops posted of him online. So imagine getting arrested. They post a mugshot of you online. You don't like it. So you're like, here's a better one. And you got to send it in. Okay, so this is literally what happened with this dude. The 45-year-old Poe was wanted by police in northwestern Ohio city of Lima because he's accused of failing to appear in court after a DUI charge. Police said he's also a person of interest in other cases involving vandalism and arson. Tuesday morning, however, now when is this story? Hold on, let's get our timeline right here. So this is January 12th, 2016. So this is an old story, but still good. Tuesday morning, he was arrested in Century, Florida. According to Facebook posts from Escambia County Sheriff's Office, Lima police thanked their colleagues in their own post. Thanks to the power of social media and tips called into authorities, we have learned that Donald Chip Pew, should we call him Pug or Pew? Let's just call him Pew. Pugh. I don't know. Is that French? has been arrested by the Escambia County Sheriff's Office in Florida. It read, "Thank you to the county and those who provided information to continue to support law and order. Thanks." But Lima police had previously posted Pierre's mugshot on Facebook, and they said his picture on file because it wasn't he wasn't a stranger to them. Local newspaper previous run-ins with police in charge of disorderly conduct, breaking and entering, and domestic violence. All right. Police department posted a selfie on its Facebook alongside previous booking photos, according to CNN, noting first the active arrest warrant for him. This photo was sent to us by Mr. Pierre himself. We thank him for being very helpful, and we would like to appreciate it if he would come speak with the LPD about his charges. Did it not show, like, or was that picture his profile? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So there's his Facebook selfie. There's his actual mugshot there. He didn't like his mugshot, apparently. Here's a better photo. That one is terrible, is what he posted on his on a social media account there. Really? Like, I get this is 2016 is when this story came out. Like, so I get it's a little outdated and people were a little dumber with the internet, but this still proves, like, I still am in this mindset of some people are like not allowed to be on the internet, and you know who those people are. There's a lot of them out there, and we should just remove them. They're not allowed. Just no internet for some people. Thoughts?
Well, apparently no internet for me, but am I one of those people?
Well, do you share your selfie with the police when they're looking for you?
No.
You just
they aren't usually looking.
You share dick pics, don't you?
Right. That's what I would do if I were in that situation. I missed the entire thing because even though it's not live, folks, my internet still sucks like it is. So give me the Cliff Notes real quick.
Cliff Notes. So this dude got mad about his mugshot. Here, let me pull it up. So this is the mugshot that the local sheriff's department, which I think is a pretty good picture. Like, if I was gonna get thrown in jail and my name's gonna get plastered all over the news, and this is my mugshot, that's not terrible. He's got a little bit of baggy eyes, but you know,
he's high as a fucking kite.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So he posted the one on the right instead, which I don't know if that's actually any better. Like,
no, that's not better. Like,
what
check out my shades and my sunroof.
Yeah. I'm in a cool car wearing a suit.
No, that's not better.
No,
I'm good.
It led
I'd
to
stick with the first one.
It led to his capture and arrest. So,
well,
but yeah.
Who likes their mugshot? Like, show me one person that liked their mugshot, and you can't say Paris Hilton.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen my mugshot. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if I ever actually had one. I was a minor. I don't think they're allowed to post mine when I was a minor.
No, I don't think so. Not unless it's the Catholic Church.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even make sense, but I'm gonna go with it.
I don't know. We just went with.
Still trying to get my mic situation taken care of. I can't hear anything yet. So.
We can hear you. Sounds good.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
It is a live. Yeah. It feels like a live show.
It does feel like a live show. All the technical difficulties and everything. Okay, so back to the point. Should some people just not be allowed to have the internet? Am I wrong on this?
It's almost like we've reached the point where you should have to pass a standards and practices test to be allowed to access it for, any given time, really. I mean, but at this point,
I think like millennials and younger are going to be like, fuck you. Internet should be a right. It's free speech. Blah, blah, blah. But like in 1999, if we were told you're going to have unlimited access to say whatever the fuck you want to the entire world, we'd be like, bro, first off, bullshit. Second, you should
Yeah.
probably control that.
Yeah.
Because we all know some people. Okay, how many people do you have in your like inner circle that have posted shit on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and you were like, oh God, damn it, like,
Yeah. Oh, like once a week.
yeah,
And it's only like you half the time.
I know, right? Bullshit, it's every time.
Okay, it's most of the time. I was trying to be nice.
Speaking of which, I loved what you did with your dad's picture.
Well, you know, he thought he was going to try to take pot shots at me for using the beautiful Glencairn glass, which just makes him a bonehead. That's me being nice about it. So I thought it was only fitting that I share with the world what he was drinking that night, which was some tasty ass White Claw.
Yeah.
When you're feeling fancy and rowdy.
Yeah, them White Claws, man. That's some white girl drunk shit right there.
No laws when you drink a claws.
Oh my God. Did you delete it? I'm trying to find the notification.
No, it's on there.
I'm trying to find it. I want to pop it up on the screen and just really piss your dad off.
I mean, that's fair.
There it is. There it is. I found it.
Now hearing that.
Hold on, I gotta get my zooms and all that shit. Oh, perfect. Yes. All right. Cheers to you, John.
Yes. May your claws be ever white.
Bruh. All right.
Great.
That's awesome. Well deserved and well earned.
Yes. You don't fuck with a man's Glencairn. All right.
Yes. This is what happens when you get on the internet and talk shit about certain things.
Exactly. You
You
will
get caught
be
with a White Claw.
memed.
You will be memed, especially if you drink a White Claw.
Yeah. Just there's better seltzers out there, I assume.
Oh my God, no. Okay, I like regular seltzer water. Regular seltzer water's fine. Like the flavored ones are fine. Like I like Canadian Club, like they got like a black cherry Canadian Club seltzer water. Fucking love it. Shit is great. And honestly, I don't mind mixing some seltzers with some whiskeys and some bourbons. Sometimes it turns out okay. Especially if you just like a little watered down flavor, like just a regular old tonic or seltzer, like it can spice it up a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah. But trying to make seltzer water taste like, or to get you drunk and not taste like alcohol, I'm like, what is the point? What are you doing?
I've never understood the White Claw craze. You said Canadian Club. You mean Canada Dry?
Or Canada Dry, yeah. Canadian
Club would actually be okay.
It's a Canadian whiskey, yeah.
Because that's whiskey. I could deal with that.
Well, some might argue with you that that's not actually whiskey.
It barely gets underneath. It gets a pass.
So, Lynn, you missed out. Tony's dad was talking shit about his Glencairn whiskey glasses, and then so Tony found him drinking some White Claw and decided to meme him a little bit. So
yes,
it's like love the shorts too, by the way.
Right. Well, I think I've got the same pair on right now.
God, at least you're not drinking a homo drink.
One of the gays, like Norman McDonald.
Let's be one of the gays.
Disavow, John. Sorry.
Yes. He has. I know he has a doghouse though. So
I don't.
I don't either.
Oh shit. We're a couple of the gays. All right.
My whole house is a doghouse.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell Lindsay you said that.
Well, I wasn't talking about her.
That's where I went. All right, we can get into our next one. This one's a little bit more weird. Anybody ever heard of Carl Tanzler?
I feel like I've heard the last name.
Like it sounded familiar to me too, but like I don't know. I started reading the story. I haven't got all the way through this thing, so we're gonna do it together, folks. But Lynn, you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Tanzler?
Carl Tanzler.
Oh God, that's good.
All right, let's do this. We're gonna trust in Wikipedia to not change definitions and lie to us tonight. And
This guy like the villain from some like early '80s Disney live action movie.
I like it. Carl Tanzler, or known as Count Karl von Cosel. that's badass.
What?
Honestly, I don't even care.
Carl von Cosel.
I don't care what the rest of the story is. They call him Count.
All right.
He's the
Oh
Count.
my God, this is this the guy that the Captain America serum was developed by? Like,
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
This is true. He was German-born radiology technologist at Marine Hospital Service in Key West, Florida. He developed an obsession for a young Cuban-American tuberculosis patient. Nothing like them TB patients. You're like, damn, I want to get my hands on that.
Oh, my loins get ignited. Just like, yeah, no, never mind.
Helen Milagro de Hoyos, who died in October 1931, carried on well after her death in 1933, almost 2 years after her death. Tanzler removed Hoyos' body from its tomb and lived with the corpse at his home for 7 years until it's discovered by Hoyos' relatives and authorities.
Okay. I swear to God, I knew that last name from somewhere. I just saw this on TikTok last week. I just saw this story. If you follow any of the Ask Reddit accounts on TikTok, and they do the spooky little subtitles and the really monotone voice that tells people's firsthand accounts.
I fucking hate those. I can never make them through.
If you find the right one with the right voice, they're golden. And this was one of those stories. This was one of his patients.
Hold on, this is how they read them. Tanzler removed Hoya's body from its tomb and lived with the corpse at his home for 7 years until
you got to find the one that
by Hoya's relatives and authorities in 1940.
Number 13, Burger King foot fungus.
Not him. Not that motherfucker. No, that son of a bitch.
There's a bunch of those.
Everything I say is gonna have a really awkward.
Tanzler removed Hoyo's body from its tomb and lived with the corpse at his home for 7 years.
Yes. If you want to see what my face looks like, go to Instagram. I'm trying to be spooky, but I sound like Casey Kasem.
If you want to punch me in the dick.
Yes. So this guy
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Yeah, while we're there, like, share, subscribe, folks. Good call, man. Good call.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, so number 12.
He steals this chick's body after she dies from the tomb, lives with it for a number of years. He replaces the eyes with glass eyes, I believe, and starts taking off the limbs maybe and starts replacing them with, I don't know. I think he got caught because he was dancing in front of a window with the corpse one night.
Damn.
Yeah. I knew I'd seen that name somewhere.
So here's Wikipedia's description of the obsession. Despite Tanzler's best efforts,
stop it.
No, okay. Despite Tanzler's best efforts, Lana died of tuberculosis at her parents' home in Key West on October 25th, 1931. Tanzler paid for her funeral, and with the permission of her family, he then commissioned the construction of an above-ground mausoleum in Key West Cemetery, which he visited almost every night. Dedication, bro. One evening in 1933, he crept through the cemetery where she was buried, removed her body from the mausoleum, carting it through the cemetery after dark in a toy wagon. What kind of toy wagon do you picture right now? Yeah, it's a total Red Ryder.
Not Red Ryder. That's BB gun.
Radio Flyer.
Radio Flyer. Thank you.
Yes. Not the BB gun. Although he may have been armed.
He may have been armed. Yes.
He probably had a Red Ryder BB gun with him.
Yes,
you have to. If you go into the cemetery,
there could be ghosts.
He reportedly said that Elena's spirit would come to him when he would sit by her grave and serenade her corpse with a favorite Spanish song. He also said that she would often tell him,
Loca.
Yeah.
Some Shakira shit.
Let's get some Jennifer Lopez. Hey, my name is Jennifer Lopez. I like tacos and burritos. Okay, I lost him.
Count Van Buren, you're so perfect. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Count Van Buren. That's such a German Nazi name, too. That's awesome.
You make me almost forget about tacos and tuberculosis.
The guy's name is Count, and he's living with a corpse like he's a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is too perfect.
Count Dooku.
Yeah. You think he was a Sith?
Yep. He kind of does look like a Sith Lord.
Kind of did. Tanzler attached the corpse's bones together with piano wire and fitted the face with glass eyes. As the skin of the corpse decomposed, Tanzler replaced the skin with silk cloth soaked in wax and plaster of Paris. As the hair fell out with the decomposing scalp, Tanzler fashioned a wig from her actual hair, which had previously he had previously obtained from her mother. Her mother held on to her hair. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I don't. Maybe that was standard protocol then.
Yeah. You got tuberculosis. Let's shave your head and keep your hair.
So this is what she eventually looked like after being dead for a while.
Is that Kim Jong Un?
Right. I love the eyebrows painted on.
God. Oh yeah, those are on fleek.
Tanzler filled the corpse's abdominal and chest cavity with rags to keep the original form, dressed remains in stockings, jewelry, and gloves, and kept the body in his bed. Tanzler also used copious amounts of perfume, disinfectants, and preserving agents to mask the odor and forestall the effects of the corpse decomposition.
Wow.
What kind of cologne in 1930s is going to cover up the smell of a dead body?
I don't know. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
and well, back
Maybe
then did they do like the whole formaldehyde thing before the funeral, or did they just kind of
I don't know
not try to preserve the body back then? You know, no embalming whatsoever. I mean, did they? I mean, yeah, I don't really
assume.
I'm not really much of a funeral fucking person, or like kind of
history. Let's find out together. Embalming on Wikipedia.
I know Egyptians used to actually remove all the major organs. And shit,
yeah, they put them in like
jars
and shit.
But honestly, I don't know when that trend started and why we really do it. Because if we're gonna bury somebody in the ground, what's the fucking point? Why are we doing all this unnecessary shit?
Should we ask Amazon's terms of service 10.42? Look that up, folks. We'll talk about that on our next live show. But if you're curious, Amazon terms of service 10.42. Yeah.
So the modern method of embalming involves the injection of various chemical solutions into the arterial network of the body to primarily disinfect and slow decomposition process. William Harvey, the 17th century English physician who was the first to detail the system of blood circulation, made his discoveries by injecting colored solutions into corpses.
What colors?
I'm gonna probably go with like blue, nice royal navy blue. Scottish surgeon William Hunter.
He could have creeped some fucking people out pouring like black shit through their fucking veins and be like,
well, eventually it's gonna turn.
Yeah, I know, but it would fucking tits. Go to a funeral and you'd be like, what the fuck? Or make them glow, like just get some of that like fucking glowing fluid from like the little light tubes and fucking shoot that through veins. That way you're laying in your fucking casket and everything's just glowing like all.
Or you're radioactive.
This apocalypse is gonna be lit, y'all.
I like the radioactive thing. Just make everything glowing. Yeah.
According to
How did he die?
Refill.
Oh, it's a nuclear waste accident.
Was the
Oh,
first
God.
supply methods, the art of embalming, part of the mortuary practice. Brother John Hunter applied these methods and advertised his embalming service to the general public from the mid 18th century. So it dates back to the 17th century. But...
Lynn must be getting ice.
Yep, I'm sorry.
And yes, interest in and demand for embalming grew steadily in the 19th century, largely for sentimental reasons. People sometimes wished to be buried at far-off locations, which became possible with the advent of railways, and mourners wanted the chance to pay their last respects beside the displayed body. Other motives behind embalming were prevention of disease and wish to prepare funerals and burials, which were becoming more elaborate without undue haste. After Lord Nelson was killed in the Battle of Trafalgar, his body was preserved in brandy and spirits of wine, mixed with camphor and myrrh for over 2 months. At the time of his state funeral in 1805, his body was found to still be in excellent condition and completely plastic. So yeah, it is a very old form of practice. When
It turned his body to plastic?
I think that was the liquor.
So basically, Michael Jackson.
Yes. Basic. All right, let's continue on. In October 1840, the dead girl's sister, Florinda, heard rumors of Tanzler sleeping with the disinterred body of her sister and confronted him at his home, where the body was eventually discovered. He also was caught dancing with her corpse in front of an open window. Florinda notified the authorities, and Tanzler was arrested and detained. He was psychiatrically examined and found mentally competent to stand trial for the charge of wantonly, this is in quotes, wantonly and maliciously destroying a grave and removing a body without authorization. Is that a law?
It probably was then. Probably still is.
And not necrophilia. You know he was fucking that corpse, right?
Nope.
No, that is a vile accusation to throw at the good count here, sir.
My word. How dare you make such accusations? Oh, poppycock.
Poppycock. After preliminary hearing October 9th, 1940, the Monroe County Courthouse in Key West, Tanzler was held to answer on the charge, but the case was eventually dropped, and he was released as the statute of limitations for a crime had expired.
What?
Holy shit.
This motherfucker walked?
This motherfucker right here is why everybody like has that statute of limitations thing. They're like, oh, bro, I just got to get away with it for so fucking long and I'm good to go. Statute of limitations. Yeah, you can go fuck a dead body for 7 years. And the only thing they're going to charge you a crime with is stealing the body. They don't care that you're fucking the body. They're just mad that you stole the body. And that's the only crime they can like charge you with. But hey, it was over 7 years ago, bro. So statute of limitations, fuck
statute
you.
Of limitations. If Count Corpse Fucker can do it, why can't I?
What the fuck? I did not know that. I did not know that part.
The Dog and Chicken Show is a family-friendly endeavor. Please enjoy with everybody in your house.
But here's the thing. You stole it 7 years ago, but you kept it, which was still illegal to keep a dead body. So the statute of limitations should not have been the thing. It was like, well, he still had it like last week, dude. Fucking charge him,
Yeah, she's waiting with a nice brunch at home for him.
Hey, statute of limitations, bro.
Excellent. That was great.
Yes. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this case was dropped. Shortly after the corpse's discovery by authorities, body was examined by physicians and pathologists. What's left to examine? It's been like fucking 10 years since she died. Jesus Christ. And
my kid interrupted.
Put on public display at Dean Lopez funeral. They put her body on display after what the fuck? 6,800 people were allowed to come view. Her body was eventually returned to the cemetery. Remains were buried in an unmarked grave in a secret location, preventing further tampering. Okay, I got a lot of problems with this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a Florida man story. Here we go. Now we get the history of Florida man. Florida man digs up grave, fucks a chick for 7 years, gets off scot-free. So then we're all like, well, I want to see what he was fucking. And so they post it up for everybody to see.
Dude, and you got to do with the time frame too. All right. The victim and the family were not of Caucasian descent. So I'm going to have to say racism played a fucking key factor in the 40s when it came to like justice for the white man that fucking screwed a corpse. I mean, this is kind of obvious.
I disagree. I think it was pure curiosity of the neighborhood going, what was he fucking for 7 years?
If he was hitting that for 7 years, she had to be hot. I would have seen it.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I have a bigger problem with the next paragraph, I think, if I may. The facts underlying the case, the preliminary hearing drew much interest from the media at the time, most notably from the Key West Citizen and Miami Herald, and created a sensation among the public, both regionally and nationwide. And this is the part I'm going to take most issue with, I think. The public mood was generally sympathetic to Tanzler, whom many viewed as an eccentric, quote-unquote, romantic. Boy.
It's a heartwarming story. It really is.
How did The Notebook get so popular when we have such a true love story right here from fucking Florida? Holy shit. An eccentric romantic and had public sympathy. I can't even...
Racism. I'm calling it, man.
It. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's just right there knocking on the door. Racism, and you're like, yeah, that was probably just a bunch of racism back then.
Good God,
we can't throw them into jail. Not for them people. You know, that's pretty much what happened.
Yep. So afterwards, apparently he got no trouble for this. In 1944, he moved. Then he wrote an autobiography. Let's see, in 1947.
I want to read that.
His home was near his wife Doris. Apparently, he got married. He got support. Blah blah blah. He finally got United States citizenship in 1950 in Tampa. And then he died in 1952.
He lived a long and fruitful life.
How hard up a bitch? How hard up of a bitch do you have to be to look at this situation and go, he's clearly devoted to the woman he loves. He was fucking a corpse for 7 years. I gotta marry that man.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit. He poisoned the girl that he dug up and fucked for 7 years. She died because I gave this to her mercifully. I mixed the root of wolfsbane with aconite diluted. It was palatable, and my loved one departed this miserable world. Suffer no more, sweet Elena. I have sent you to the angels with my golden elixir. All right.
So he also killed her.
Yep.
What a romantic.
He Dr. Jack Kevorkian her ass by poisoning her to end her suffering. See, so it's romantic.
Holy shit.
This is wild.
All right, this guy's fucked up.
Killed her to end her tuberculosis suffering, then dug up her corpse.
This guy
for 7 years
has no concept of marry, fuck, kill. He's like, I want to do it all.
Marry, fuck, kill, and then
marry, fuck,
and then
kill.
and then fuck again.
Marry, fuck, kill. Okay, this is a tough one, but for Mary, I'm gonna pick my patient Elena. Great girl. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Elena again because
I want to kill her first.
She's just so great. Kill again. You know what? Trifecta. Elena. She's just too perfect.
And then fuck
what
again.
What an eccentric romantic. And he got married. So okay.
But yeah, he got married after the fact. That was the best part.
After.
Yeah. Some other chick went, oh, he's a romantic.
Yeah. So apparently
I wish he would do that to my body when I did.
Yeah, exactly. I wish he'd kill me and dig me up and fuck me.
Only in
years.
Florida. Only in Florida.
No, it's not only in Florida. That's the thing. It's not. We like to think it is because it's all the way over there in Florida, but it's not. And so apparently, it's not a new thing where bitches get all gushy over these weird murder stories with a little bit of love and revenge and good God, the logistics of this and the more and more details that came in.
Yeah,
it never got better.
I need a palate cleanser. Palate cleanser?
Yeah.
Palate
all right, here.
That's fair. That is definitely fair.
Yeah. Get all that taste of dead people out of my mouth.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I'm not. No, not making the jokes. Nope.
All right. Next story. You guys ready for this one? This one gets crazy. I don't think we're going to get through all of this because
a guy fucked a dog.
No. This one's just really fucking crazy. The story of a careless hitman who killed 2 women named Mary Morris. In a city of 2 million people, 2 women who shared the same name of Mary Morris were murdered within just a few days of each other. Coincidence or something more sinister at play? All right, so here's the 2 women. They were killed within just a few days of each other. On October 12, 2000, bank loan officer Mary Lou Morris left her suburban home. She went to work, never arrived at her office. Her husband tried to contact her all day, but by 5 p.m., he had reported the 48-year-old as a missing person. A TV writer found her body later that evening along the remote stretch of road 3 miles from her house. Her body was burned so badly, forensics needed tooth fragments to identify her. No one robbed the devoted wife and mother, and there was no motive nor explanation for her murder. Everyone knew the bank loan officer said she was friendly, outgoing. She had no enemies. 3 days later, another Mary Morris suffered a violent end like the previous killing. 39-year-old Mary McGinnis Morris died in her car at a remote area a few miles from her home. She even looked like the other Mary Morris. Unlike the other murder, this one had 2 suspects. And that other murder gets a little crazy. Some similarities there.
So,
like, if I was a hitman, given either one of those pictures, ran into him, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see it. Okay, the name's identical. They have similar hair. They're both white women in the same age range. Yeah, this makes sense. But my main question is, did he get the right one first and just not know it?
Nope.
So he got the wrong one first.
Yep.
So it kind of reminds me of like the first Terminator. He's walking around and he went through the phone book looking for Sarah Connor. And he just went through the phone book each place. Are you Sarah Connor? Yes. Yep. And then he just goes to the next Sarah Connor. It's like maybe that was in my head.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
True story. Let's see. On October 16th, 2000, clinical nurse became panicked after someone she saw at a drugstore on the way home from work. She made a frantic 911 call and this is the second girl that got killed, by the way. She made a 911 call during which the victim was beaten to death and then shot. Authorities found her body in the vehicle along with a remote on a remote stretch of road. In the weeks leading up to the murder, Mary McGinnis Morris, she and her husband were having marital difficulties. In addition to that, a new co-worker at the clinic and male nurse began to creep her out. At one point, she found her stuff rearranged and a note said, "Death to her" on her desk. Morris assumed her co-worker marked her for death because he was recently fired. Shaken, nurse asked her husband for a gun for protection. Mike Morris showed her how to shoot the gun in case anything happened. His training did her little good. Jesus, that was a dick move. Like, why did you have to write that in there? Like, that's just a dick sentence.
Yeah, no shit.
I did that right. Like,
did her little good.
And it didn't do shit.
And way to go, champ. The murderer made her death appear as if it was a suicide, but authorities knew better. Investigators observed telltale signs of struggle as if Mary McGinnis Morris tried to fend off her assailant. Let's see. Police interviewed both male coworker and Mike Morris, husband, of course, in the death of the second Mary Morris. The male coworker was a suspect because seemed to blame the woman for him being fired and wanted to discredit her. Mike Morris was also a suspect because he had apparently acted strange after detectives spoke with him. He told the police that he was at the movies with his daughter during his wife's murder. He refused to take a polygraph test to back up a story, and he wouldn't let police interview his daughter. That's not suspicious.
No.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Shortly after his wife's murder, he hired an attorney. The nurse had a life insurance policy of $700,000 at the time of her death, which in 2000.
That's a drink word, isn't it?
Oh, yep. And we said insurance twice.
I
think we said suicide earlier, too. So
that's shit.
Oh. Damn you, live audience. Why aren't you calling us out on missing these drinks? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were also two suspicious phone calls that led to that lend credence that had gone wrong in the first murder. Mike Morris had a 4-minute call shortly before his wife's murder. He claimed he was calling her cell phone to try to get a hold of her, but she never answered. Authorities believe he was calling the hitman he hired to kill her, and the man was supposed to answer his wife's cell phone. Mike Morris claimed the phone company made a mistake with the length of the call. Another phone call happened between both murders. Someone allegedly called Houston Chronicle to say the murder of the first Mary Morrison was a mistake, and no one knows who made that phone call. So there was like a hot tip that came in. Here's where the first one gets a little weird. The first Mary Morrison had her wedding ring removed from her finger. So this is commonly known as one way a hitman proves to his employer that he finished the job. So detectives also noted that both murderers attempted to cover up the crime scenes. The first crime scene was a burned out car, while someone made the second scene look like a suicide. Both murders happened in remote locations, so there would be no witnesses. But despite circumstantial evidence against two people with regards to the second murder, no one has been charged in either crime for 20 years. Police could find no direct evidence linking the two murders. Legally, local authorities call the murders of two people in the with the same name within 3 days of each other. A coincidence? What kind of wording was that? Anyway. So yeah. Pretty fucking obvious. Pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like coincidence? No.
What kind of second-rate fucking hit man just goes, all right, I know I fucked up, but pretty disappointed in myself. So I'm gonna beat the second one to death with my bare hands and then shoot her. Like,
with her own gun.
Really got to take your frustration out on the victim at that point. Like, all you had to do was kill her. You didn't need to like make her suffer first, you piece of shit.
It didn't say it necessarily in here, but I do believe I listened to another podcast about this one time. I do remember this one because he killed her with her own gun, which is why they thought it like tried to make it look like a suicide. Maybe that's why there was that shitty comment of her husband gave her a gun and it didn't work. And that didn't work out so well.
Oh, some lefty probably wrote this. Let her get that gun, Dad.
Yeah. God. Need your Second Amendment rights so you can kill yourself.
Leave these honest workers alone. These hitmen are people too.
Hitmen have rights too. Except for COVID vaccines. They have to get vaccinated. Well, every hitman, I will not hire.
Chicken, it's not mandatory.
I want to see your passport.
It's not a passport.
I will not hire unless I see a passport.
I will not hire you to kill my wife if I don't see a passport.
Defensively.
Yeah. This is awful. This is awful. So who's the leading suspect here? Are we assuming it was the coworker or the husband?
Probably hubby. From everything I've read outside of this story, hubby had the most to gain between insurance policy, the of obviously any financial assets or anything like that. Makes more sense.
So even if it was the husband,
but the other guy left a note and had a motive.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like I
got
can't
fired.
write that out. Yeah.
And then that would explain why he couldn't figure out, oh, hey, this, and I looked her up in the phone book and got the wrong lady.
Dude.
And they kind of look similar in the dark.
Worked at a bank though. Like, is the bank job like the one that you're like, oh, bro, that's my dream job. I always wanted to be a loan officer at a bank.
Maybe the second Mary was a real bitch to him.
Sorry, loan officers at banks. I don't think that's anybody's dream job growing up, but just
or maybe it wasn't even a coworker. Maybe if somebody who denied a loan to somebody who was at like the fucking edge and was ready to snap. There could have been all kinds of shit. She might have been a really friendly lady, but she said, your credit is dick. Sorry, we can't give you a loan. Oh, I'll never see my kids again, you motherfucker. And then, went and looked her up in the phone book, saw a white chick with fucking black hair, went and fucking offed her. Oh, shit. Looked at the news. That's not her. Oh, there she is over there. I'll go get her. I mean, I'm just kind of playing whatever.
I'm leaning. I think.
Hey, do we have to drink because my kid fucking interrupted the show?
Drink.
All right. Morgan, you're an asshole.
I think I'm leaning towards the coworker here because
what? Really?
I am. I'm leaning towards a coworker here.
Bro, my fucking loan officer job, man. Oh no. Like, imagine if he kept his job today, he's got to get vaxxed. Do you think he's gonna go fucking do anything crazy now? Like,
yeah, actually, if it was the coworker, yeah, absolutely, he's probably gonna do it himself.
Bless him, then. God bless him.
He's probably the regional manager now.
Yeah. I think it was the coworker because, for one, the note's too goddamn obvious. Two, if he hired a hitman to do it, he's not directly associated with her outside of work. He's been fired. Maybe he doesn't have access to the correct picture, the best picture to use to give to a hitman. Maybe he doesn't have the proper address, information to find her. So maybe the hitman had to start doing his own work, which was leading to the confusion and the eventual
don't make a hitman work.
But also because if you're going to hire a hitman to kill your wife, the last fucking thing you're going to do is get your wife a gun and show her how to use it to prevent said hitman from completing his task. I know it could lead with trying to make it look like a suicide, but no, I don't think you're going to enter anything into the fray that might make that mission unsuccessful. So I'm going to go with it.
I threw in a brilliant twist. What if he got her like all fucking flubbered up, got her a gun, but the first round he put in there was a blank.
Ooh.
And so she actually had the gun and had to jump on the fucking bad guy, the hitman, and she squeezed the trigger. He knew it was a fucking blank, so he just charged right after her, grabbed that gun, and just pa-pa-pa. Done, son. What?
But he shot her anyway with the same gun, right? So
after beating the piss out of her because she tried to fucking shoot him first,
which
drove him into a fucking just a complete mind rage. And so he beat her to a pulp and then beat her, right?
But that would show on ballistics, right? Or with any sort of form of discharge that it was fired twice. And if it's going to look like a suicide and the gun was fired twice and there's only one bullet wound, I know this isn't CSI, but still.
Well, if there's only one wound, I'm pretty sure unless, I don't know. I didn't go around looking for casings and shit on the scene either.
Right, she probably didn't pop herself in the head and then fire once up in the air afterwards for the fuck of it.
Yeah, she she cowboyed that shit. She's like, pow, 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 pow. Then they all fell down and killed her.
I think we're reading into this way too much. So nobody got caught. It's still on like unsolved mysteries or whatever.
Unsolved mysteries. And I guess the husband acted really weird because this was actually on Unsolved Mysteries. And then the husband because he refused to do an interview with them and acted all weird about it. And so they aired it and made it look like he might be the killer.
So of course he's going to be uncooperative.
Yeah, so he was super pissed about it afterwards and tried to like do his own thing post production, and they're like, no, dude, you didn't talk to us, you wouldn't interview with us. This is the treatment you get, which I kind of get that from media, but this is also 2000.
You don't know that he did it. He wasn't convicted.
It's like when you put 2 and 2 together there, I kind of decided that you're pissing me off. Oh yeah, it's like,
but if he ultimately is innocent, I'd be fucking weird. I'd be pissed. I
put 2 and 2 together there and decided that you killed your fucking wife.
No, I think I see that leads it even more to me. I'm going with the coworker on this one.
All right, got another one here for you. Okay, in the world where people are now, okay, so this is from 2018, but we are entering a world where everybody's looking for jobs right now. Bank theft suspect.
He's dead.
Yeah, not Steve Jobs. Bank theft suspect applies for job with police. Arrested at interview. Alberto Saavedra Lopez, not Jennifer, 32, applied for dispatch position with Cottonwood Police Department. Cottonwood, fucking Christ. How racist can we make this fucking police station sound? When Lopez arrived at his January 4th job interview, he was arrested for felony theft related to a 2016 Bank of America investigation. Get past the huge... Is that it? That's the story?
Don't you love websites these days?
What the fuck? That's
it?
He
was arrested. Good job, Law.
Well, that's a fucking nothing burger. There's a lot of buzzwords in that one, I guess.
They really have fucking like Pulitzer Prize winning fucking journalism right there, man.
What's this? DCCourier.com. Fuck you guys. Who wrote this?
The Chipotle, a fucking murder mystery or news.
Yeah,
story
the Chipotle.
Get you in and the fuck out.
It's the fucking
bag. Get it on your way out.
Dickie's fucking barbecue fucking. Yeah, here's some fucking here's some fucking room temperature meat that we had sitting in a fucking thing all day.
It's brisket,
that'll be $90. They're like, fuck you.
It's the best brisket you'll ever have, and guess what? We got Ronald Reagan on the wall at every store. That's every fucking Dickie's. Every Dickie's, except for I think they still do fried pickles, which were amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get something right.
I'm not a fan of Dickie's. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not either. One time.
I'd go there once in a while, but it was usually...
You get half the portion for the price you pay, and that should say a lot that we're talking about fucking shitty Dickie's when there's
shitty Dickie's. You just said shitty Dickie's.
Now, see, that can be used in two different ways. You either have shit on your dick, or somebody was wearing Dickies and they shit their pants. See, there's two different...
I like shitty Dickies. I'm gonna have to start using that.
Maybe that's why that guy got caught. He was wearing shitty Dickies.
He was wearing some shitty Dickies.
Something was up.
They were all like, sagging a little bit. Like the
balls.
Jinkos.
Like the yeah. Remember in the 90s where everybody wore Dickies?
Yep.
So why did that guy get arrested?
Jinkos. Because he robbed a bank in 2016, and then he applied to be a police dispatcher with that local county.
But did you think that the statute of limitations had expired? Let me tell you something. The statute of limitations doesn't expire even if you're fucking a corpse for 7 years.
Well, I don't know.
Unless it does. Apparently it does. Who knew? Now you know.
Damn. But so they absolutely knew it was him ahead of time, and he still had the audacity to come in.
Could you imagine being that cop? Yeah, that's like looking at this application going, oh yeah, he's getting an interview.
Oh dude, he'd be like, so tell me a little about yourself.
Got a lot of experience with bank robbery.
Yeah, if you've had a little experience, you know how to operate a firearm?
tacos and I stole burritos from Bank of America back in 2016.
You're pretty good at a firearm. So it says here on your resume there's a blank spot in 2016. What were you doing then? Interesting. Because I got this videotape.
Before you call what I just did racist, that was objectively funny.
It was objectively funny.
He was just parroting something he saw on South Park.
Yes.
Yes.
A parody of a parody doesn't really.
And it was so perfect.
And it was Mitch Connors the whole time. It wasn't even Jennifer Lopez. It was Mitch Connors.
Yeah. Undercover FBI agent Mitch Connor.
This just reminds me of this guy okay, so he's got a warrant out for him, or he's suspected, right? And he's off work for a while, and he's just like, I don't want no like Burger King job. I got to shoot for the stars. I'm really going to try to turn it around. What better way to do that than become a cop? Like in Christmas Vacation, or when they say, why hasn't Eddie got a job yet? Well, he's holding out for management.
Yep. Fucking Christ.
Like, good for this guy, right? Like, he's trying to turn it around. He's really trying to shoot for the stars and contribute back to society instead of taking away. And this is how they treat him.
Tony's message to everybody: don't forget, folks, you can always turn your life around.
That's basically what I'm saying here. So, yeah, exactly. If you want to get a bunch of shit out of your system and be a pile of shit, all you got to do is wait a couple years, go apply to be a cop, and they'll forgive everything, and you could start giving back.
I think we're both hitting the button at the same time.
We both have the same idea.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up. Lynn, final thoughts on the night?
Interesting fucking things that have occurred in the past of criminals and their activities, and therefore and such as and therefore and what have yous. I was just fucking with you on that one. The guy who fucked a corpse, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, we stuck to that story for quite a while.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird.
The last story was kind of bullshit just because they only had like 5 words in the whole damn story. And we had to speculate the murder mystery from the Terminator fucking Sarah Connor shit.
That's a good recap, actually.
Yeah.
And maybe that was. Maybe for all we know, that it wasn't the fucking husband and it wasn't the coworker. Maybe it was a T-800 there to fucking destroy fucking Mary Merkowitz or whatever the fuck her name was. And because she was going to have a kid that was going to save us from the machines in the future war.
How's Woofy? Woofy's just fine, dude. Your foster parents are dead.
Your foster parents are dead. Come on, let's go now.
Do it now.
Get down.
I don't have much to add to this. Like, oh my god, this would have been a good one to do live. Want to jump deeper into this Mary Morrison thing. I think that'd be a good one we talk about live because there's a bunch of shit on there. But let us know, folks, what you think in the comments on which one of these we should talk more about on our next live show. And
or if you have your own murder mystery that you know of that you want to fucking talk about, you should bring it up in the comments too, right?
Yes.
Maybe not your own story.
Not your own. Well, unless you trying to figure out who murdered one of your buddies and you're just watching and you're in Florida or something. Yeah.
Well, if you're in Florida, that's different.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll just let you go after 7 years.
Because the big bucking nation has all kinds of people, not just from just one little local area. I mean, everywhere.
We're worldwide, baby.
If you got some murder stories that we don't know about, let's hear it. Let's go. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Bring it out
Maybe
there.
a couple more out there, yeah.
All right. Tony, bring it home, man.
No, I love. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I like learning about these all at the same time on the fly. I think that makes it better. We come in with a little less information, and we
Good
can
night.
all
Love
react
you.
to it.
Good night, love you.
I like that. So I think we should do that again for sure. So yes, any stories, like Lynn said, suggestions, we're all ears. Love it.
Love it. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you 1 week from tonight. Thirsty Thursday live. We'll see what happens in the news. I'm sure it's gonna be super boring as always. Nothing crazy. Hit the buttons as Tony's showing, and we'll see y'all next week. Appreciate you.
Subscribe button. Bad.
Come on, man.
Like that. Don't you like it?
Button.
Yeah, you
Fucking
like
slap that button.
Like it.
I'm gonna cut that out
Missed
to a
it.
TikTok. Just fucking slap it. Slap my TikTok.
Triple M National the pressure.
Good night, folks.
True.
Cheers. As always, love you. And see if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.